Good morning, students. Today, let us enjoy reading and understanding the poem entitled Rain on the Roof by Coates Kinney from the textbook The Hive. Coates Kinney was born on November 24, 1826, and he died on January 25 in 1904. He was a lawyer, politician, journalist, and a poet from the United States. Now, I read the poem to you. When the humid shadows over all the starry spheres and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and a thousand dreamy fancies into busy being stirred, and a thousand recollections weave their air thread into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Now I give you stanza-wise descriptions of the poem. In the first stanza, the poet describes a rainy night. He says that all the stars of the sky have become invisible because they have been covered by clouds. Darkness usually has a negative connotation, and the poet makes no exception to this rule. He says that the darkness is making him sad and reflective, that is, thoughtful. And the rain also seems to mirror his emotions, as it looks like tears falling softly from human eyes. Here, to mirror means to show, to reflect. At this point, the only thing that can bring joy to the poet is to curl up or to sleep with a pillow in the bed of a country cottage. Though the rooms of the cottage may be small and ill equipped, the sound of raindrops can only transport him or send him there for him to recover from his melancholic or sad mood. In the second stanza, the poet describes how the raindrops make the loudest sound as they fall on the shingles of the roof. Each sound that is made by the rain in this way is repeated the next instant by the beating of his heart. The things he has only been imagining now start to appear before his very eyes. As he is listening to the soft and continuous falling of the raindrops on his roof, all his memories are coming back to him, but they are not discrete and separated from each other. Instead, all of his memories seem to have formed a patchwork by becoming entwined with one another, linked up with one another. In the third stanza, the poet describes the first memory that he can actually identify among the patchwork, that all his memories have formed by meshing together. He remembers how many years ago in his childhood his mother used to look down at him and his siblings as they were sleeping and having pleasant dreams. Here, siblings means brothers and sisters. His mother would make a point to look at them every night, for she knew she would not see them again till the next morning. What the poet remembers more than anything is how his mother would bend down and watch over him in particular. These memories are evoked as he listens to the repetitive rhythm of the raindrops as they are falling on his roof. Now let us know the poetic devices used in the poem. The poetic devices used in the poem are alliteration, personification, transferred epithet, and onomatopoeia. Alliteration is the repetition of the same sound, and personification is the poetic device in which a non-living thing is given the attribution of a living being. Transferred epithet is the poetic device in which the adjective is transferred from the subject to object. And in onomatopoeia, the sound suggests the sense. The example of alliteration in the phrase lie listening, the L sound is being repeated. In the phrase starry spheres, the S sound is being repeated. The examples of personification: melancholy, darkness. Transferred epithet. Examples: melancholy, darkness. Here, the poet is melancholic, the poet is sad, but the poet has used melancholy, darkness. Examples of onomatopoeia: patter. Now let us know the meanings of the words used in the poem. Humid means damp or watery. Over means float in the air. Starry means full of stars. Sphere means the heavens. Melancholy means sadness. Patter means a tapping noise. Tinkle means soft ringing sound. Shingles means wooden tiles used on roof. Woof means webbed, that is, the threads woven across the loom. Eerie means before, old poetic word for before. Refrain means repeated part of a song or poem.